Well, that warms up. Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. I just fired up the JCB because it's the end of the year, and Travis and Dad are currently out doing field work, doing tillage with both tractors, so that leaves me with some free time. And free time is not something that I'm too familiar with. So what do? I spend the day going out and brush mowing. So last night I went out and did a lot of brush mowing out in the pasture, and I realized just how much nicer it is doing brush mowing when all the leaves are off, because you can actually see through the brush and watch out for any stumps or rocks or anything like that. So it's really nice doing it this time of year. I have more time in the summer, but unfortunately then it's full of leaves, and I just can't do as much as fast. So I was really impressed with what I did last night. So now that it's daylight, I'm gonna take the camera out with me and go mow some brush. One of the questions I get a lot about this mower is what brand it is, and it is a CID Extreme, and I believe it's the 84-inch model, which I don't believe they make anymore. But I bought it off an auction. It turns out that when it came from the factory, they didn't take the plastic cover off the hydraulic motor, off the shaft, so it ruined the lower seals on the motor. We fixed that, and it's been one heck of a mower ever since. So we're gonna take it back out to the pasture, mow some brush down. The reason I'm trying to get all this brush mowed down is because there's a lot of wasted ground out in the pasture. I've figured that I can do about maybe 8 hours of running will make me clear about an acre, because of how many tree stumps and all the rocks and uneven ground there is out there. I have to be careful when I'm mowing. I can't go too fast, but it's really starting to change how the pasture looks. So let's hop in the JCB and get started. With this mower, I can cut down trees up to 7 inches. However, I've found that I can occasionally cut down bigger ones if I take it nice and slow. But I definitely don't recommend doing that all the time. It definitely works best mulching out trees under 7 inches. If you just see like a sporadic one you need to take down, you know, you can do it. But there's actually 2 sinkholes out here that I want to show you guys. I don't know where, I just found a new one, and I don't know where it's at, but I'm hoping that I can come find it. But if I can find them, I'll show you guys, because I've been wanting to show these for a while. I don't think I've shown the one, and I had no idea the other one was even out here, and they are big sinkholes. So this pasture used to be lead mined back in the day, roughly 120, 150 years ago now. And there's areas where there's a lot of sinkholes because the shafts collapse over time. Especially on wet years, the moisture will seep down and they'll start to sink. So there have been occasions where we've just been driving along, even in the tractors, where one of the sinkholes have collapsed when we've been driving over them, and those are scary moments, but nothing too serious has ever come of it. One of the worst times, I'd say, is down at Travis's place when Grandpa was driving along in his 4230 and the front tire hit one, and he basically broke the front end right off the tractor. Not the whole front end, just the tire itself. And that was bad. There's been times also where I've been in the 82 and the front wheels sink down because there's a sinkhole that collapsed underneath. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started mowing. I don't really have any plan or method of attack. I've done a lot of sporadic mowing here and there. Going after a lot of the thorn bushes especially. Believe it or not, I'm actually not actually targeting the trees themselves. All of the smaller brush I am going after, because there's a lot of thorn bushes out here that I want to get rid of. It's invasive plants that need to get rid of, and they're taking up a lot of space. I'm trying to be more efficient. I'm trying to raise more cattle, and there's really no better way to go about it than to make the ground that we do have more efficient. So I want to knock out these thorn bushes, come in next year with some herbicide and keep them down, kill them, let the grass come up so then the cows have something to feed off of. If I do see a locust tree, which they have the sharp thorns, I knock those down with extreme prejudice because they grow like crazy, and you can't drive wheeled vehicles around them. Thankfully, I've got the JCB at the track, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's how I handle a lot of them, especially the bigger ones. I will take those down. I'll, you know, just drive into them really slow and knock them down just to kill them. But they are definitely a scourge of the land. Well, shoot, I was hoping to clear out more of the brush here, but between the stumps and the trees and all the branches that are on the ground, I really can't push any more here. I can't get past the trees, so I'm gonna go around and see if I can't attack it from a different angle. Yep, those are locust trees. Have to do something about them. Yikes. What was your top now? Well, would you look at that? What do you think that's from? Comment your answer down in the comment section. Sorry, no mercy. That just looks so much better. There's another one. Look how much that stands out compared to everything else. Sparks. Into the unknown. I gotta be perfectly honest, I'm totally lost right now. I haven't got a clue where I'm at. Might have to pull up Google Maps just to figure out how to get out of here. This is definitely one of those places where I've never been before. What the heck is that? Oh, deer cleanings. Looks like someone got a deer here. Well, I'm recording this with the hopes that I find it funny someday, but I just had a tree fall on me from the rear. A tree that I had absolutely nothing to do with. It was rotting off. Fell directly onto the JCB, broke a bunch of the back shield off on the cap. I'm gonna need the chainsaw to get this out. Just got the chainsaw, going back out to the JCB now. It's actually not that far from the road. I wouldn't exactly call what I'm about to do here very safe, but I don't really have much other choice. So I need to take pressure off the ROPS on the JCB. The only part that's really damaged is that back piece, which isn't a big deal because we can just replace that willy-nilly. But yeah, I'm gonna set the camera up so you guys can watch me probably do this how you wouldn't, and then hopefully we can get this off without any more problems. So. The hard part here is there's a million ways the tree can go. All right, well, I'm done for the night. The cover for the gear oil came off the chainsaw and went right down my leg. Now the only thing is I got to get out of here, which is what I was working on when it happened. When that happened, I had to crawl through the window. That was fun. But I'm glad that JCB has more than one way to get out of here. Let me out. I'm gonna leave this here, take the truck back, and have Hannah run me back out so I can bring this home. Or I guess I should shut the truck off and come back out for that. Or how's she gonna get out here? She doesn't have a truck. I gotta take the truck back for sure. So I'm gonna shut this down. Well, that was not fun. Let's try to see if we can't find more damage. Pretty sure we're fine. It's just that topper for the AC. The AC looks good. It's not like that got poked through or anything. Oh, the exhaust got bent a little bit. That's no big deal. I can bend that straight. I mean, other than the plastic topper, we're pretty good, I'd say. This metal piece here took a brunt of the weight, and that's kind of the shroud for the AC. And that looks a-okay. So I'll have to order a new top piece for this, and that'll be that. Man, it's creepy out here. First thing in the morning, I'll give Richie's a call and see if they can't get me a new top cover, but that's really the only thing that got damaged. I was lucky in a lot of ways because it could have damaged the exhaust a lot more than it did. It just kind of bent the tip up, which isn't that big of a deal. I can take up pliers and bend that straight, at least I think. And this cover for the AC here has one tiny bend in it. But other than that, she's cherry. So I was kind of on the fence on whether or not I should film that when it first happened. I actually had crawled out through the window on the door here, and I wasn't sure at the time whether I even wanted to film it because you know when things go wrong, it's like I just want to get this fixed now. But looking back, I'm glad I did, because I do like showing things like that when they happen, because as you guys are watching this channel, things go wrong, and that's just a part of farming. That's a part of life. And who knows, this could be you one day that has the same exact problem. So I think it's important that I show how to resolve the problems when they happen. So I'm glad that, nothing else got bent. I was worried about one of the branches swinging down and breaking the front windshield when I was standing on top of the cab and cutting it. And that's the tricky thing too. When trees are laying on you like that, it's really hard to figure out how the weight is distributed, because the big thing that I was looking at was the branches, and all the weight was on the back end of the JCB, and then the front weight was up in the trees. So I wasn't totally sure how I should approach it. Overall, it went very well, and I couldn't have asked for it to go better when I cut it. So I'm just really happy that everything worked out. So all I should really have to do is get that fixed, and she should be cherry. I absolutely love the JCB. It's my baby, so I don't want to, just kind of go with things as they are. Some people, I imagine, wouldn't replace this in all situations, but I'm the kind of person where something like this happens, I want to fix it. So I'll call up Richie's and see if they can't get me a new one. So in the morning, I'm going to take the drone out and have a look to see what I got done out there, because this morning when I went out and saw the work that I did last night, I was like wowed by it. And I know that with what I did tonight, it's really going to wow me again because I did a lot. So, yeah, be sure to stay tuned. I'll go out tomorrow and have a look and show you guys what it looks like. I was hoping to make it out here a little bit earlier in the day, but things got ahead of me, and I finally got out here to have a look right before the sun went down. So this is one of the clearings that I opened up last night. One thing you got to keep in mind when you're looking at these open areas that I'm showing you guys is that this never used to be here. It was all just solid thorn bushes like there was on the other side of the trail over there. And it is definitely opening this pasture up, especially like what I did last night over here. I'm about to show you guys. But this is where the incident happened with the JCB. And as you can see, the trees completely rotted off. It really didn't take much for it to fall over. The jury's still out on whether or not I bumped into it or backed into it. I think I hit it with the mower first, and I don't know if it was from the ground shaking from me, mowing stuff off or whatever, but I wasn't close to it when it started falling over. I could hear it cracking. I just didn't know where the tree was, and I heard a loud bang land on top of the cab. But I came out to pick up the broken pieces. Here's another open area. Now, everything over here, trees aren't the number one thing that I'm trying to take out with the mower. It's all of the thorn brushes. So if you look over across the trail over there, which that trail never used to be there. I made that last year to try to make some trails through here. Everything looked like that in here. And now it's nice and open. So what I'm gonna do next year is come through with the sprayer in the back of the Gator that Travis bought and fill it up with probably a mix of 2,4-D and come out here and just start spraying stuff. Set it, for, I think it's got like a 30-foot pass. Set it to spray as far as wide as I can, make some passes in here and try to push the thorn bushes back. And if it clears out as nice as those trails did, I think this is going to be a lot of nice grazing area for the cattle if the grass can take over. I mean, the grass is there underneath it, but going through some of these areas, I mean, there's no way the cows were making any use of a lot of this. So my goal for this is just to make the pasture as open and clear as possible. And as you guys can see right here, I'm making it happen. So I've got, I see 3 right now, possibly 4 different trails over here to where we could come through with the UTV and, make it through, which we never used to be able to. I still got a lot of work ahead of me. There's a lot of things that I need to do out here yet, like all these little areas between the trees. There's a lot of places that I just need to come in and clean up the thorn bushes, or else I'm going to continue to have a problem going into the future. But this is what I want the rest of the pasture to look like. I want the trees to be there, but I want it to be open for the cattle to graze underneath. And it's coming along really well. A lot of the places that I'm mowing, like this place right here, a lot of this I've never even walked on because the thorn bushes were so thick. So there's been a couple times where we were chasing cows back when we were milking, trying to push them out to the other pasture, and I had to run through here to try to, cut cow off before she ran back around us in a big circle. But it's safe to say that, even looking around, it's just like, I bet if I actually sat down and started looking around me, I'd find a lot of neat things. Like back in the other pasture at the base of one of the large rocks that's on one of the cliff sides, there's just a hammer sitting down at the bottom of it, and it looks really, really old. But there's a lot of neat things to be found out in these pastures. So it's definitely really surreal just coming out and, being able to walk across all this stuff. It's really cool being able to see it all open. So this is going to look exactly like that by the time I come through with the mower, because that is what this looked like last night before I mowed it. There's a lot of grass underneath there. Sweet destruction. Now ain't that pretty? So I'll be sure to follow up on what we do or what I do next week after we finish tillage with you guys. I might come out and mow some more. I'm not totally sure. It just kind of depends on the kind of weather that we have. But I wouldn't mind coming out and, you know, doing some more. There's a lot of stuff that needs to get done out here. And my goal is to have this all cleared, not totally cleared, but all of the thorn bushes pretty much cleared out by 5 years. So, and we're already in year 2. So give it a couple years yet, and this will be nice and open. And you should be able to look across the pasture and see where the cows are. That's my long-term goal for this. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All how farms work. And with that, I'll see you next time.